Coach Franco Says is a proud member of the Philippine Podcast Directory. Check us out on Facebook and listen to the amazing lineup of local podcasters this country has to offer. Find your audience with Podmetrics, your one-stop shop for podcast analytics, and it's absolutely free. Create an account and put in the code Coach Franco Says upon sign up. It's that easy. Enjoy the features and thank me later. But wait, there's more! Podmetrics has teamed up with Lazada to make your shopping a lot easier and safer. There are links in the comment section on what I use to make content, and you can support this channel by purchasing those items with the links provided. See, it's that easy. Create an account, put in the code Coach Franco Says, and start shopping with the list. Okay, so now let's go to the episode for today.
May bagong background siya.
In 3, 2, 1, your titos of fighting are back. And before we begin this super jam-packed episode that we're going to compress in as much as we can, we would like to take a moment of silence for our previous episode that we could not air. We did our best.
Lumabas kami bahay, guys. Excuse me.
We uploaded, but the powers that be did not allow us to show you how we were crazy inside the bar.
Yeah.
Screaming, shouting,
pinasara namin yung bar.
Yes.
Tatlo lang kami sa bar. In a bar that fits 200 people.
Not to worry, people. We're still gonna do it. Yeah, if there's a noteworthy fight, we will still do it, even though
next weekend.
Habib din, diba?
October 25 yung
24.
Habib na.
We will do our best to like tweak everything. So, pero other than that, the episode, I did not delete that episode. It's still with me. Wala. Talagang did our best, but the internet is very strong. So,
Uncle Dana, we love you.
Yes, Uncle Dana, why did you? Yung footage po doon, sumisigaw ako, nakataas yung kamay ko, si JC tumatawa, si Carl naglalakad.
Oh yeah,
hindi kami
the most genuine reaction of us when we saw Paulo Costa getting TKO'd by Adesanya. Diba? So we're just breezing through it. What do you guys think? Aside from the controversial Adesanya tit, diba? The right boob, pero ako, that was a master. Yun.
Tapos nag-tweet na siya. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard.
Pero other than that card was amazing. So Road Dogg was good. Carl was a noteworthy made a noteworthy observation of Road Dogg. His opponent, si Kai Kara, diba? Kai Kara was a gamer.
Kai Kara France knocked out.
Galing.
What the hell?
Diba? So, that was, sino pa ba yung mga notable natin nun? Si
Dominic Reyes and John Blachowicz.
Ayun, si
Stipe Jr.
Stipe Jr.
Stipe cosplay.
One of the best comments of the day was when JC said, there are now 2 Stipes who win. Hello! Where there are now 2 Stipes who are winning, who won the title in the UFC.
Oy, but Polish power, seriously.
Yeah, grabe
Polish power. So, today we're going to talk about, there's so many things that happen in combat sports. That's by Carl de Mesa's highly recommended combat sports league, Combat Karate. I watched it. I fucking loved it. Grabe siya.
Ibang klase talaga yun eh.
Grabe siya.
Let's just take a moment to appreciate the CGI.
The CG.
And
para siyang Mortal Kombat. Para siyang Mortal Kombat na so I
the curated audience.
Yes, the curated audience.
Can I just say Lara Croft, monks, Vietnamese people, and
old-timey yung setting, di ba? Yung setting. Parang ka nasa The Mummy. So I was like, wow. And the fights were amazing. Very notable. Yes, Carl made the list of 2 or 3 notable fights. Please tell them, Carl.
The first one, Karate Combat Season 2, Episode 1, yung pinaka-notable dyan is between yung first fight, si Delvis Ferreras and Jesus Lopez, which was by TKO.
Yes.
Round 1 pa lang. Walang no contest. It is notable because si Karate Combat does not have elbows, knees.
Yes.
I haven't seen anybody throw an uppercut, which is weird.
Oh, wala pa.
Hindi yata bawal.
Wala. Pero tawag dito yung yung nature siguro nung training ni karate.
Nung training.
Kaya siguro hindi sila sanay.
Parang wala talaga silang uppercut sa karate, no?
And
parang wala. Parang hindi. Ano yung reverse punch?
Hindi siya.
Ano yung
The reverse punch is your spinning back fist. It's like that, and then yan.
I didn't know. And I was like,
may iba-iba kasing tawag.
May ganun siya tawag. Pero nagulat ako na, so you can ground and pound for a bit.
5 seconds.
5 seconds, and then the referee breaks you pala.
You can take down.
You can take down.
Technically, yes.
Ang dami ko nakita catch kick tapos take down. Ang dami ko nakita ganun. So,
can I just say, I love yung mga everything, yung uniforms nila.
In fairness.
I want those jogging pants.
Yung jogging pants, ang haba ng belt, tapos MMA gloves or parang amateur MMA gloves.
Yeah.
Parang training, yung malaki yung ano.
And then
speaking parang shoot gloves yun.
Parang shoot gloves.
Shoot
gloves ata siya. So speaking of knockouts, can I just say, ang ganda ng mga knockouts this weekend.
Ibang klase.
I don't even know where to start. I don't even know. But before we do that,
minsan lang mangyari mga ganun
Yeah.
Before we do that, let's sino yung mga sino ba yung mga named winners natin? So, Mike MVP won by unanimous decision.
Oh, yeah, which is weird kasi he was grinding out in decision. It really looked like parang he wasn't
He wasn't MVP.
He wasn't MVP.
Yeah.
It seemed like he was tired most of the time, and he was clowning around, but it seemed like he wanted to go the distance and he was pacing himself.
So he was just scoring points, diba? I was just scoring points. Yeah. Ano siya? Feeling ko it's the lack of training partners.
Yes, you said.
And I don't know the time frame of how his camp was, pero yun nga when tsaka diba he got knocked out by Douglas Lima.
He did. Douglas Lima. He called him out.
He called him out afterwards. Okay.
Keep running. I'm gonna catch you. Si Douglas lang kasi.
I
props
want
to
to see
fucking
that fight.
Douglas Lima, man.
I want to see that fight again.
Yes.
I want to see that fight again. Let's see how it goes. And then who was the Bellator Karate Kid TKO champion of the week? Ang ganda ng switch kick niya.
Who is that
yung switch
guy?
kick.
Wow.
Grabe yung switch kick na yun. Ang ganda ng switch kick na yun.
Bihira yata gawin sa MMA talaga yun.
Yeah, bihira sa Japanese neck tie. Kasi
parang mahirap ngayon, coach.
Masyado maraming parang you have to properly time it. It's if you're used to doing it, it's fine. Pero kasi yung mukha siya kasing guillotine. It looks like an arming guillotine. Pero hand placement ang problema. Instead of doing this, you do this. Kumbaga hand placement lang siya. Mostly hand placement. Mostly it's hand placement. There's a very good video by Joe Rogan when he showed it kay TJ Dillashaw. Yun. Natutwist pa ganun yung leg mo. Paloob.
Okay.
Paloob patagilid. Diagonally upward. Your chin is going up diagonally upward.
So it's not a choke.
It's a crank. More of a crank.
It's a crank.
So you get a little bit of a choke, but it's more of a crank. For me, it's more of a crank. And then
sa Bellator,
sino nga?
si Yves Landau yung flying switch
Grabe yun. Grabe yun.
Diba?
Ang ganda.
Karate Kid move talaga.
Diba? It's like he was channeling Paige Van Zandt na okay, let me do a switch kick. Ang ganda ng execution. My co-host here put it on our group chat na it's a Twitter feed. So kung Twitter feed siya or some Instagram feed, mainstream popularity na siya. Mainstream virality siya. Grabe, ang ganda. And then speaking of, for me, it's probably a huge number one on my list on knockout of
Fight
the
of the
year.
year.
Or probably knockout of the year, fight of the year. That's grabe yun. Di ko nga maalala yung pangalan ng fighters, pero grabe yung spinning. I don't even know how to
It's
describe it.
it's John Joaquin Buckley versus Impa Kasanganay.
Yun. So, thank you
Prelim.
so much, Carl, for saving all of us.
Mahirap siyang sabihin.
Mahirap siya sabihin eh. Mahirap siya sabihin kasi.
Sabi ko, Pilipino kaya to kasi Kasanganay, di ba? Kaso,
Pero grabe, so went for a body kick. Diba? Went for a body kick, scooped it, and here's the thing. There's nothing wrong with what his opponent did. It's one of the basic things that you do. So you scoop a kick, you were able to catch the kick, you scoop it, and then you push it away from you. Now what happened was, yung kalaban niya took the momentum of that, and the momentum and the rhythm of that movement, and did a fucking spinning. It's not even a spinning wheel kick, or it's not it's a spinning kick. Yun na lang.
Back.
Parang heel yung tumama yata sa mukha niya.
Exactly. So spinning back kick, so it's a mid-air spinning back kick na ang tumama yung heel. Diretso sa mukha.
Taekwondo?
Sakit nun.
Or what is it?
No, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in Taekwondo, it's in Karate, it's in not so much in Muay Thai. I see it a lot in Yaoyan.
The dude was out and then he fell like a tree.
Then
people were actually saying that it was faked. Like,
no, he was out.
Impossible.
He was out.
No, never.
For me, ano bang pecha natin? This is October. Knockout of the year. That was knockout of the year.
Actually,
not unless something
cinematic
super. Yun. That's the best way to describe it. It's so cinematic.
Siguro considered din na one of the top knockouts in UFC history. Pwede siya,
Pwede. Easy.
The 50 Gs that he scored is testament to that.
Dapat nga fight of the night.
200. Parang sabi 200.
200.
Well, yun yung nagsasabi. Yun yung pinapasabi sa akin.
Pwede yun. Knockout of the night.
Pero binigyan siya ng 50.
So, fight of the night, knockout of the night, performance of the night. So,
performance
pwede 150 to 200. Kasi that kick's gonna be like everyone's gunning, everyone's so gone crazy about it. So it's amazing.
Baka today pinapractice na sa gym.
Pinapractice yun for sure. Alam mo naman, you know everyone. That's the thing about fanboys and fighters. Parang okay, that's possible. Let me try it out. And they will.
I remember when Connor was hitting the shoulder.
The shoulder shrug, di ba? Everyone was doing the shoulder shrug. It's a new thing. Sinasabi ko nga, it's not a new thing.
It's a new thing, right?
It's a new thing.
Watch Pride.
Yeah.
Watch Pride. And then let's go to the highlights of our boxing. So tama-tama si JC. JC called it. Casimero won.
Yeah.
Very impressive.
Round 3.
Grabe yun.
Gigil na gigil din.
Para sa akin, okay, this is just my opinion. This is just the opinion of one tito of the titos of fighting. There's just a part of me na really thinks that referee was helping out Casimero's opponent. Medyo ang daming, I mean, it's one of the dude, siya, if you watch the video, parang he gave opportunities for Casimero's opponent to rest. Gave him breaks. I mean, whether people agree with me or not, nakikita ko talaga, parang, okay, may count. After the count, bigla mong tatawagin yung doktor. Tapos ang bagal ng count. Sige, sabihin natin, maraming to each his own accounting. Pero afterwards, biglang kakausapin mo, so pinagpapahinga mo siya. Tapos tatawagin mo yung doktor. So, I mean, that entire time, diba, you just broke Casimero's rhythm, you just broke his momentum, because you're giving the guy extra seconds to rest and recover. Pero, I mean, true to...
Well, we have no proof, but, observably.
Pero yan, JC called it.
Yeah, and may isa pa, before we get si Mark Magsayo, lumaban din recently. Last weekend, he won
by a split decision.
Very controversial siya for a lot.
Very controversial.
What?
It is what it is. It is what it is.
Kasi short notice fight, medyo considering na short notice nahirapan din siya. I guess hindi na nila nagawa ng paraan to adjust to the new opponent.
Yeah. Pero it's a lot of people said that it could go either way. A lot of people said Magsayo's opponent won. pero for example, there was one round na Magsayo knocked down his opponent pero it was considered a slip.
Okay.
So now, if that wasn't ruled out a slip and it was a knockdown, diba? It would change the complexity of the scorecards. It would change the complexity of the outcome. Kasi now, even if they say it's a split decision victory, people will say na, hindi, was able to knock the guy down naman eh. Diba? So that would probably be the game.
I guess yun yung pinagpasiyan ng judge na 190 yung score niya at the end.
Okay.
Ang layo eh.
Layo. Pero para sa akin, that wasn't a slip, that was a knockdown. Referee should have
Dapat binila pala yun.
Dapat should be given an 8 count, standing 8 count. Kasi the punch, the knockdown or the slip came after a flurry of punches. Tapos there will be pushing and nudging. Pero the moment kasi na it came after a flurry of punches, tapos even if you just check na, even if you watch the video, he posted his hands on the floor. You don't post your hands on the floor because you slipped. When you slip, you show the referee and you show the judges, you show the audience that you slipped. Normally, ang mga nagsislip,
pag tumukod ka malamang na knockdown ka.
So normally, yung mga nagsislip, napapaupo or napapaluhod. Ito, tinukod niya talaga yung kamay niya. Both hands nakatukod. He was looking down, diba? And then he was slow to get back up. So it simply means na he received damage. And that probably contributed to him posting on the floor. Kasi iba yung nag-slip, diba? Makikita mo, tayo ka agad eh. Kaya pakita nila na wala, I just slipped. So, who are we watching next? JC?
Next weekend na yung Vasil Lomachenko versus Teofimo Lopez.
I don't know about you guys, pero Loma.
The trash talking was crazy. Tignan natin kung sino mayayari this weekend.
Loma. Hands down, Lomachenko. Not unless he got COVID, not unless he didn't train, not unless he didn't have a proper camp. There's just no way. Lopez is good, okay? Pero
very concentrated sa training si Loma. Halos hindi nagre-rebuttal sa mga trash talking ni Lopez.
Pero Lopez is pero he's not a pushover. Lopez is good. He's good. Yung nag-champion sa Lightweight, I watched that fight. That was good.
Yeah. That was good, man. Si Antonio Faria retained this championship. He got knocked down in the first round with the headbutt. Pero he came back, parang nagising. Actually, mas notable yung hindi siya recent. Last month na Ryzen, the one after the one we covered.
May Ryzen.
May Ryzen with Tenshin Nasukawa. Ang pinaka-notable doon, of course, nanalo si Tenshin, di ba?
Alam mo, minsan pag may Tenshin na laban, parang alam mo na si Tenshin
mananalo. Kasi may
ibang level.
Ganun pa yun. Anime
theatrics
stuff.
Pero
ang notable lang doon yung kay Asakura, co-main event, tsaka kay Shoji Maruyama, which is because he got finished si Shoji by Kai through yung front headlock knees. So like it's classic Pride Ryzen stuff. Notable lang. Yun naman yung pinaka-notable. Otherwise
it's a typical it's a typical Tokyo Ryzen card.
Wala nang guys. Wala nang social distancing.
Yun nga, yung sinabi mo, message mo sa amin.
Maskara sila lahat.
Nung message mo sa akin, tinignan ko talaga eh. Sabi ko, tabi-tabi na sila.
Lahat tabi-tabi na sila, pero lahat nakamaskara.
Yes. And uniform masks. So good job, Ryzen.
Good job, Ryzen.
Always. Now, we have, that's why we breeze through them because we want to put credit to where credit is due, and amazing performance by our kababayans. That's props to Rolando Gabriel Dy for winning his fight in Brave CF 42 against a very tall opponent. So
it's huge.
It was a very one thing I loved about that fight was that Gab fought smart and Gab fought aggressive. He was aggressive, but he was a calculating and thinking fighter. Pero yun, good first round. Yes, the maturity was there. I love the fact that he was very tactical when it comes to this. This is probably his smartest fight for me. Kasi he wasn't careless. He was
for a prep with no training partners.
Diba? So he was throwing punches, and then he knew that his opponent was taller, so he had to close the distance. Very smart move to do takedowns in the first round. Medyo pinagod niya yung sarili niya ng konti, pero that's fine. Then the second round, his opponent got a little bit smarter, poured in a lot of leg kicks, which was the smart thing to do. Even if kung ako yung coach ng kalaban niya, I would say pepper him with leg kicks para makontrol to shift rhythm and momentum back to you, tapos makontrol yung mga takedowns ni Gab, pero at least Gab took it. Hopefully,
but I think that should have been a unanimous decision.
Para sa akin, that was a fucking unanimous decision. I do not understand why it's
there's always
decision.
One judge, right?
Yes, there's always that one judge.
There's always a
that doesn't watch.
Always one judge, okay? Kasi ito yun I'll give first round, third round Gab. One round to his opponent. Kasi second round lang talaga nag-turn up. Pero that's still a fucking unanimous decision by leaps and bounds. I love the fact that he was able to close the distance. He was good on the cage work. Very surprising on the spinning elbow or spinning back fist ba yun. Pero coming off the clinch, that was very smart, very impressive.
Exits.
So I hope he gets called again for another
It is
fight.
what it is. Parang at least nakalaban siya, got paid.
So at least he's ready daw. He's back.
But our next one is like super, walang question about it, di ba? Big props to Fritz Biagtan.
Fritz Biagtan and Muay Thai Super Champ ba? Or
Super Champ?
Super Champ
Hardcore. Muay Hardcore.
Basta the organization.
Hardcore yung name.
Kakaiba yung mga yung mga pangalan nila sa social media. Pero very highly technical. Again, I've always been a fan of Fritz's fight IQ. He's very smart inside the ring. Another interesting take, di ba? We've been talking about this na iba yung complexion at yung pagka it's a kickboxer and a Muay Thai fight tapos MMA gloves, di ba?
Yeah.
Pasok na pasok.
Ganda nung dating,
Ganda nung counters ni Fritz. He was patient.
Hindi nakaporma yung kalaban. No?
Di talaga. Totally outclassed. Is it Fritz's debut in this league?
Yeah.
Oo nga.
Yeah, first fight niya sa ring niya.
Wow. So that's what happens when you have a solid support system. So he has really good training partners in the Zamboanga siblings. He has very good training partners in Maroc Force Gym. Shout out.
Interesting, Maroc Force.
Good company, good recruits, Maroc Force Gym. Maroc Force, you have stars in your stable, so keep them focused, keep them at the goal, keep them paid, keep getting them money. They will make your gym. Diba? Very,
Let them
very
have
popular.
their TikTok days.
The only people who's gonna stop the trajectory of these three fighters, diba? Yan, si Denise, si Drex, tsaka si Fritz, are themselves. Tsaka kung anong politicking ang mangyari. Pero other than
wala
that,
na sila
like
sa
yung kay
distractions
Denise.
ng Pilipinas.
stars in the rising.
Yes.
Stars in the making. And speaking of that, diba?
Speaking
now,
of,
ONE FC
highlight,
just
diba?
announced that they're having the Atomweight Grand Prix.
Grand Prix.
Now,
apparently, may title ang Grand Prix. Diba?
Yeah. Grand Prix winner.
Grand Prix winner.
So,
it has its own
like,
fucking belt.
So, yun yung para, di ba, we were discussing this. Di ba, we were
Mighty
discussing this like previous. Parang, okay, I thought na whoever wins is gonna be the champion. Biglang contender. Then apparently, when things got clearer, apparently, it's gonna be the Atomweight Grand Prix champion. And then the Grand Prix champion will have a chance to fight Angela Lee after she.
She's
Congratulations to Angela Lee for becoming a mother.
Congrats naman.
Congrats.
It's hard to become a mom.
After 1 year of not defending, you become pregnant. Congrats.
Ito yun it's a good.
We respect your decision, though.
Yeah.
It's a good it's a good setup na you're gonna create the Atomweight Grand Prix. So how do we understand this about? So the Grand Prix champion has her own belt.
Title. Yeah, it's
a
title.
So parang the winner will be the number one contender too.
Okay, so it's basically a number one contender na series for whoever. So whoever wins Grand Prix gets a shot at Angela Lee. So what happens now? Belt versus belt ba to? So whoever wins
championship lang.
Championship lang. Okay. Kasi yun din yung nakikita ko na parang okay, so there's a Grand Prix champion. So that person gets the title or a belt or a trophy, gets a shot at Angela Lee.
Ang interesting din is prior to the announcement, I took a look at the atomweight rankings. Nireshuffle na nila. Inalis na nila si Gina for one thing.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
So na
Kasi
pero
Bundes,
anong ano nila? So anong anong
like what I pointed out
ranking?
nga sa chat natin, yung ranking nila is very weird.
Very
number
weird.
2 and number 3 women only had one fight sa one championship. Pareho sila. How would you be number 2 and number 3 kung isa lang laban nyo sa one?
Wala. Ibig sabihin yan.
Daw.
Ibig sabihin yung scheduling ni Juan na-disrupt yan. For sure.
Yes.
Pero
I think
sabihin na natin COVID or pre-COVID, they should have feeling ko, okay, nakalimutan pala natin tong bracket na to, guys.
Sandali, walang nanonood ng atomweight.
Tig-isa pala to.
Di ba kagagawa lang
sila
nila ng
ilalagay natin
rankings?
sa tournament, di ba? Malamang kukuha pa rin ng bago.
Yeah. Kagagawa lang nata nila ng rankings nung after manalo ni Denise kay May Yamaguchi.
Okay.
Rankings ng lahat. So very new tong rankings ng one. I think siguro okay na rin tong Grand Prix to actually make a legit rankings for them. Pero
I mean, you can argue with after a
100%.
Grand Prix, di ba?
100%. Make a Grand Prix. Your Grand Prix will determine your rankings. Kasi I've seen that done in boxing as well. They've done a Grand Prix, they've done a Super 6 or a Super 6. And then this is a Grand Prix will always be a good way to finally put rankings and say and justify the rankings. So
pero guys, ang tanong ko, is it like the Pride Grand Prix that you fight for 2 days straight, or is it like
no,
I hope sana naman
sa one din eh.
Oo, sana naman.
Diba remember the lightweight Grand Prix? It took a while to finish.
It did take I didn't know why it took a while.
I hope it's scheduled.
Ilan lang naman sila doon.
Ang hirap kaya maglumaban ng 2 days straight. So I hope they schedule. I hope they schedule it. So give the fighters enough time to recover.
Every week, okay.
Every 3 weeks naman.
Every 2 weeks. So may 1 week kang pahinga.
Okay.
Kulang pa rin sa 1 year. 1 year pa daw bumalik.
Kasi depende. Depende kung gaano rin ka-injured yung so we'll see. Kasi for example, based on the commission, you fight. Normally, automatic yan. 60 to 90 days yan. Medical suspension. So,
nga pala. If you get,
kaya tumatagal yung mga ganyang that's why Grand Prix series take time. Pero, yun nga, based on the participants, the way they're gonna arrange the brackets and the execution, it's gonna be a very exciting Grand Prix. Pero ako, syempre, I'm betting on we're betting on our girl, Denise.
And yung manok natin, syempre.
Manok natin yan. It's not an easy path. Okay? May Yamaguchi's legit, Stamp is legit. It's gonna
I think apat sila na medyo maganda.
There's also a Chinese girl, di ba?
The Japanese one, si
Itsuki.
Itsuki Hirata.
Oh, it's gonna be
Medyo
interesting.
tough din yun.
It's gonna be interesting how the relationships of these 4 women are going to come into play when it comes to, to add hype and drama into everything. Lalo na when it's time for Denise to fight Stamp.
Yeah.
It's clear that these two are
paano
really
pag
good
sila
friends.
yung una?
Feeling ko ilalagay sa gitna yan. Build up. It's gonna be
and this comes after some news na there has been controversy in Stamp's personal life.
Yeah.
I just say,
diba?
Nagpagupit daw kasi parang
So hopefully this event or whatever personal thing that is bothering her will either inspire her or motivate her to train and
fuel.
Diba? Make it fuel to perform well in the Grand Prix. It's gonna be interesting. I'm looking forward to it kasi it legitimizes the winner. Diba? It legitimizes Put's ranking, and at the same time, diba, it's a good way to pass time until Angela Lee fully. Kasi kahit naman ako, I don't want to fight an Angela Lee who's not prepared.
Yeah.
Kasi it takes the championship, the essence of the championship away from everything, the entire experience. So ako,
not
take your
everybody
time.
can be Mackenzie Dern, I guess.
Diba? So take your time, diba? Enjoy motherhood, come back to the gym, then let's do it. Diba? Ako, I'd rather do that.
Anong approximate nyo? So basically mga anak siya. Tapos she needs to
next
take
year
1 year off, another
next
year
year
off.
Another year. So
1 year yan.
So
1
malamang
year.
mga halos 3 years na siyang off. Pwede na lang.
Oo nga, no?
Kasi
more or
1
less.
year na siyang naka-off eh. 1 year na siyang hindi nagde-defend ng title. So
Okay.
pregnant siya ngayon, it'll take another year.
Then
Another, siguro
dapat
within like...
hindi na baby yung anak niya.
Probably,
siguro mga
so-
1 year old na eh.
So that's a good
almost 3 years
timetable.
before she defends.
Good. Yeah, 1 to 2 years. Good time for her to recover, get groove back to training, be in fight shape, and then defend the title. So we'll see. Let's see what 1FC has planned. Pero
Very
yun nga,
interesting.
Fritz Biagtan, amazing performance.
Oh my God,
in
yeah.
the Muay Thai
Congrats.
Super
Not to
Champ
take anything
series.
from Fritz.
Ang galing nung, I mean, that was amazing. That was amazing. So,
Is
Yung
Fritz
linya
going
lang sa
to compete
umpisa.
in na lang daw? Parang striking
I don't
competitions?
know.
Hindi na siya mag-MMA.
Hopefully, he will do some MMA. Feeling ko naman the good thing about Fritz's situation is
Very flexible siya.
very flexible siya ngayon. He can fight kickboxing, he can fight MMA. So, he has he has the best of both worlds. Now, it's just a matter of which organizations will he decide to fight for and who's gonna pay him the amount that he's due. Pero,
Yes.
I mean, hanip yung katawan ni Fritz Biagtan.
Actually, nagulat ako.
Sa kaya
Kapal niya.
nabili yung katawan niya. Gusto ko na yung
Sa Netherlands.
diba? It's amazing. God damn physique.
He hasn't... How long has it been since he last fought in MMA? Matagal-tagal na, di ba?
Matagal na. URCC pa. URCC. Then his last outing was
With Anthony Do.
Tenshin pa. His last outing was with Tenshin, di ba? O yun. So
Oh.
after that, this is a good victory to bounce back from a loss. I mean, ang dami nangyayaring combat sports ngayon, either UAE or Thailand. Parang yun yung nangyayari ngayon eh. Abu Dhabi or Thailand lang. So these are the two hotbeds right now. So, and then Letway is in Myanmar.
Yeah.
Almost
They're
forgot.
holding events in Thailand. Sorry, sige JC.
Yeah, we had the boxing event last weekend din
Oo
sa
nga
Cebu.
pala, sa Cebu.
First local boxing event
The boxing bubble.
ng Omega
Balik na
Boxing
local
Gym. Yeah.
That was amazing. Gosh, major shout out to Omega Boxing. You guys made it happen.
Grabe.
Ewan ko, si JC may update doon. Ako, I've seen some of the highlights in that event.
Actually, hindi pa nila nalalabas yung full what do you call this? Yung full videos ng fights. We have yet to watch that kasi I think it's gonna be released exclusively by another podcast.
Okay.
We'll wait for that video.
So,
PDCAST
para
Sports
makita-
is gonna be releasing that.
Oh, si PDCAST din. Yeah, one of the premier and the OGs of boxing content on YouTube and on social media. So we'll wait for that and see the updates. Pero did we miss anything, Titos? Wala naman,
Ang notable lang is abangan nyo next week at the Ang Docu, the 100 year Festival of Philippine Documentaries will feature Beast Mode.
Okay.
Si documentary ni Baron and ni Kiko.
Okay.
So it's
Ito ba
streaming
yun?
for free.
Saan naman to? So, streaming pa sa streaming?
Streaming for free sa Ang Docu website. So
Tara, tingnan natin
it's
yan.
a good one. I wish there were more documentaries on Philippine martial arts. So if there are filmmakers that we'd love to work with you.
Yeah.
Just to document the history of not only Philippine MMA,
Kahit kami
but fighting
mag-interview.
arts.
Yun. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it.
Actually. Yeah. So yun lang naman. Other than that, it's been a really busy week. 3 karate combats. We haven't even talked about UFC Home Aldana, but the knockout by Joaquin Buckley against Kasanganay trumped them all.
Wala. That was the notable.
That was it, man.
Yun yung namin ngayon. We're gonna breeze through. We're only gonna talk about the fights that took our attention. That really caught our eye. Kasi these are the
This
fights
weekend
that will
pala-
provide value to you guys. This weekend.
This weekend pala finally debut na ni Mark Striegel sa
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah!
Yes.
Oo
There
nga
you go.
pala.
There you go. Congrats.
una siya sa prelims so
First
Go,
one.
Mugen. Hey,
He is going against a cousin of a neighbor of
for...
Kapatid ng Nurmagomedov.
He's a Nurmagomedov.
He's a
Probably
Nurmagomedov.
Khabib's neighbor or
From
the
that
parents
area,
in,
barangay.
or the barangay. Okay, so we wish
Please,
all the
Mark.
luck for Mugen. I hope you feel better now. You're fully recovered. You were able to train, and then all the best. All the best. We are going to root for you and wish you victory.
Yeah.
So are we good? Are we good, Titos? Wala na, JC. Okay, so everyone, we would like to thank everyone. We appreciate the feedback and we love you all. And keep watching them and keep watching us for the updates. I mean, if you don't want to watch the full thing, we'll do the recap and the technical analysis for you. And we appreciate the feedback of the people saying that we break down the fights really well, and then the banter is something that they enjoy. So please, JC.
Yeah, thank you ulit for continuing to support us. If you have anything you want to promote on our podcast, we're here.
Yeah.
Pwede rin kami mag commentator sa mga shows nyo.
Yeah, ano
Lalo
yan?
na sa setup ngayon.
Pwede natin gawin yan. We can do it for you. We were...
Karate Combat, we are open.
May nagtanong na yan dati. Alam ko may nagtanong na sa akin yan. Sabi ko, yeah, kaming tatlo, we can do fight commentating na live. Yeah, we can do that. Yun sana yung previous episode namin. Kaso,
Wala.
Oo nga eh.
Rest in peace to
makikita
our
eh.
episode, lost episode.
Oo. Masakit sa dibdib yun.
oo,
UFC.
saktan ako doon. Saktan. Ginawa ko ng paraan yun, pero wala talaga.
Why Uncle Dana?
Oh,
But we will continue filming ourselves kami
Yes.
lang with no sound and everything, and
Feeling ko
when
ano
we
yun
go
namin.
out
We'll find the way.
cautiously into the wild.
We will find the way. We'll find the way. Carl!
Thank you so much. I really notably liked the Karate Combat. That was, I could watch while the internet was being fixed. Parang pagdating ng umayos na internet, finally I was able to stream it. I was like, wow. Parang feeling ko ito na yung future ng broadcast. Kasi walang safe masyado na arena.
Mm-hmm.
So props to Karate Combat, Boss Ruten and the comedian. Props to those
Brian
fighters.
Callen ata. Si Brian
Brian
Callen.
Callen is
Brian
the comedian.
Callen.
He left.
Parang they were hyping it up that this was taking place somewhere in the galaxy. Probably in Outworld like Shang-Chung.
Oo,
Mortal
gulat ako.
Kombat.
Brian Callen nga pala. Si Brian Callen nga pala.
They even had the monkey. So
Yep.
thank you so much for holding that. It was really interesting showcasing that art. You guys have kind of weird rules, but I really appreciate the level of competition there. Congrats to all our Filipino fighters, and to Mark Mugen, we wish you all the best.
Yep.
The UFC is the last frontier where Filipinos need to dominate in terms of just making a name for ourselves and putting us on the map back again. Thank you so much for braving COVID and everything. So keep on watching us, please, and telling us what you would like to see from our podcast.
Okay, couldn't have ended any better. On behalf of my co-host, everyone, from your Titos of Fighting Combat Sports Weekly, we will see you next episode. Bye-bye.
Coach Franco Says, we'd like to thank our partners for making this episode possible.
Be in the moment. Have that faceless emotion? Beware the robot face. I am Nuts and Crosses. Place your orders on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Community and culture, just good vibes in the local jiu-jitsu scene. Visit Ikiro Collective at ikiro.ph. Now this is where I go for my mouth. Simply better dentistry, the best dental service in the heart of Makati. Visit the Santos Dental Group and Oral Surgery Center. Book an appointment on their Facebook page. And then you have to get rid of bacteria and viruses. Get Nano Silver Immune Support Supplement. Order your bottles on their Facebook and Instagram pages. Coach Franco Says is partnered with Ambidextr, a digital content marketing company. They offer graphic design, content writing, media relations, marketing, and more. Visit their website for more details. Now, for local martial arts news here in the Philippines, visit Local MMA on Facebook. And of course, this podcast is in partnership with my boys from DSTRY MNL. So, that's it, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed making it. I hope you benefited and learned something from it. So, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye.